If you're looking for old and historical photos, come on in. In this video, the History Lens channel has brought you 80 amazing and important historical photos you must see. Please don't forget to subscribe at the beginning. Man measures bathing suits. If they were too short, the women were fined 1,920. Martin Luther King with his son removing a burnt cross from their front yard 1,960. Melted and damaged mannequins after a fire at Madame Tussauds Wax Museum in 1930. A watch stopped at 8:15 a.m. found in Hiroshima, August 1945. (1989). Photographer Jeff Widener captured a protester blocking tanks in Beijing's Tiananmen Square on June 5 at the height of protests against the Chinese government for freedom of speech. The image of Tankman, who is still unidentified, symbolized the determination of people's fight against their government and remains banned in China. A little girl holding her pet toad at a pet show at Venice Beach, California, USA in 1936. (1967) 2018, same couple. Blackfoot Tribe in Glacier National Park, 1913. Cats wait for the fisherman to return, Istanbul, 1970 seconds. King George V bursting with excitement on a theme park ride, 1930 seconds. A stylish 1940 seconds group portrait. Young riders refuel during a children's sidecar race in the Lustgarten in Berlin, Germany, 1931. Father and son take silly photos, 1910 seconds. On July 17, 1867, a Florida lineman named Randall Champion accidentally touched a high-voltage line which sent 4,000 volts of electricity through his body and stopped his heart. Anne Frank photographed with her sister Margot at the beach in Zandvoort, Netherlands in 1940. (1899). Two African-American brothers with albinism were forcibly exploited as performers in a circus. In 1927, they returned to Roanoke, and George recognized their mother and screamed, "Willie!" She is not dead. Soldier is welcomed home at Long Beach Airport, 1945. A Soldier and His Girlfriend, Texas, USA, 1941. Husbands kiss their wives after coming back from war, 1940 seconds. Sunday morning on the south side of Chicago, 1941. American actor and director Orson Welles, 1938. Soldiers wearing gas masks while peeling onions at Tobruk, 15 October, 1941. Learning how to swim in 1920 seconds. An ostrich carriage being stopped by the police for crossing the speed limit, Los Angeles, 1930 seconds. The World Trade Center under construction, March 1972. A lesbian couple in semi-drag wedding attire, Kingdom of Hungary, Budapest, 1920. Charleston, S.A. Photo by Baldwin Lee, 1984. A Boy and His Pedal Car, 1930 seconds. Two sisters, Florence and Susie Fryermuth, arrested for moonshining during the Prohibition, 1921. A mother homeschools her children, Louisiana, 1937. Two musicians sitting on a porch in Louisiana, 1938. The Mississippi River frozen solid, 1905. Three young ladies posing with a friend, 1930. The last public appearance of Laurel Hardy in 1956. The Rolling Stones' first photo, shoot 4 May, 1963. Iggy Pop raised by the crowd in a messianic pose live in Cincinnati in 1970. (1980) Punk legend Viv Albertine of the Slits performs at Alexandra Palace in London. Telephone tower, before they figured out bundling lines into cables. There are 5,000 lines in this tower, 1,890. (1984) New York City subway ride. In 1938, veterans of the Civil War attended an 75th anniversary reunion at Gettysburg, PA. The youngest was 88 years old. Real Japanese samurai, 1866. "18-year-old Keisha Thomas protects a fallen man, believed to be associated with the Ku Klux Klan from an angry mob of anti-Klan protesters." Ann Arbor, Michigan, USA, 1996 by Mark Brunner. Here is how an Ukrainian immigrant celebrated Stalin's death, 1953. French soldiers passing by a dog wearing googles and smoking a pipe, 1915. Actor and martial arts star Jackie Chan at the benefit concert in Hong Kong in support of Tiananmen Square protesters, 1989. Indigenous children forced to pray to God in a residential school ran by the Canadian government and Catholic Church between 1930 and 1930 and 930 and 1970, unknown location. Niagara Falls froze over in 1983. The right day to hang laundry in New York, 1900. Terry Fox, a 21-year-old Canadian who lost a leg to cancer, began a cross-Canada run to raise money for cancer research. He ran the equivalent of a full marathon a day. He made it 143 days and 5,373 kilometers before the spread of his cancer forced him to quit. He died June 1981. Pictures showing the devastated city of Hiroshima following the U.S. nuclear bombing of the city on 6 August 1945. During the Second World War. A pile of bison skulls, 1892. The iron lung ward of a hospital in California, 1953. Two men making a death mask. C. 1908. The Carnival of Basel, 1899. Julie, Pin-up 40/50s. This is 455-pound Piet van der Zwaard, aka the fattest man in Europe, in 1955. In the 1830 seconds, this couple won an Atlantic City dance marathon after dancing for 1,473 hours. This is the View phone, a video phone developed by Toshiba in 1964 that allowed for real-time proto-FaceTiming. This is what a real deal, true-to-life Muffin Man looked like in 1930 seconds London. In the early 1900 seconds, one way to transport tons of materials and train parts was to suspend it hundreds of feet in the air and tow it across a canyon. This man won a costume competition in 1994 while dressed as a piece of bacon. In 1909, pigs finally flew. Icarus the pig, right? Went on a short flight with John Moore Brabazon and finally did the impossible. This is Jack the Baboon, a South African baboon who worked as a signalman at a railway station in the 1800 seconds. During his almost decade of railway work, Jack never made a single mistake. Here's Hannes de Jong, the 1970 pole sitting world champion. Well, sitting on a pole. One of the more ridiculous inventions of the 19th century was this, a mass shaving machine designed to shave a bunch of men all at once. In 1908, huge crowds gathered in Boston to watch Harry Houdini jump off a bridge while tied up in chains. This is what a mobile home looked like in the 1930 seconds. October 1943, Adela Kafka, beloved sister of author Franz Kafka, was gassed on arrival at Auschwitz after volunteering to escort a group of orphans from the Terezin ghetto so they wouldn't be afraid. Sabina Chebeti, Kenyan athlete who won a race in 1973, barefoot and wearing a dress. Aboriginal Tasmanian Fanny Cochrane Smith singing into her phonograph in 1903. Without her efforts to preserve her culture, we would have no audio traces of the Tasmanian language. Pretty Oski. the only known photograph of an African-American Union soldier with his family, circa 1864. Dance teacher Patsy Swayze, center, with her daughter-in-law Lisa Niemi and son Patrick Swayze, 1978. Jane Russell shows her co-actress Marilyn Monroe. At the time, Jane was the bigger star. One of her talents, drawing. Here she draws a sketch of Monroe. Result at the end. This was during the filming of Gentlemen Prefer Blondes, 1953. Remembering the Father, 1925. Rare photograph of Marilyn Monroe without makeup, 1955. Beautiful Ukrainian girl in national costume, 1935. Photo before and after restoration. Barack Obama dressed as a pirate with his mother Stanley Ann, 1960 seconds. Lonnie Johnson, inventor of the Super Soaker, 1992. New York in 1960 seconds. Gertrude Ederle, first woman to cross the English Channel, 26 August 1926, done in 14 hours and 31 minutes, beating the male record of 16 and 33-minute photos of the day she did the record.